Hey everyone, it's Polar's Lights and Signals. I'm glad to be doing a video today because I would really like to share with you guys my 1960s statewide, whatever you want to call this thing. You guys have probably seen this fixture in a couple of my videos last year that I did. I did a little tour video in my backyard, and I know in the montage towards the end where I was showing everything starting up, you guys had seen this thing, and a couple people asked, what is this fixture? Well, I don't know what this fixture is, and I really do not have a lot of information on it other than the brand. Now, this fixture does look exactly like a fixture, though, that Sylvania made a little bit later on. I don't know if they had bought the design rights from StateWide to reproduce this fixture, but when they did, they called it the Sylvania GPM. Now, there is a catalog for that fixture online, and I will put the link down below for you guys to click on and view. I have also taken some pictures of some in use as well that are currently abandoned just north of where I live. Now, I've been trying to get a hold of them, although the guy doesn't seem very interested in giving them away, which is quite sad because it would be very nice to compare that with this one right here. But this one seems to be pretty much identical to the GPM anyway. Now, I don't know when this fixture was designed, but what appears to be on it is that it was made in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if StateWide made any other fixtures or if they had a whole line of products or whatnot, but yeah, they seem like they might have been a fairly small brand. I wish if I had a little bit more history, I could actually learn about this fixture and its design philosophy. I've not read the GPM catalog very much, but I will say it probably does explain the bulb optics and what this fixture is designed for. Now, as of this video, since I don't really have an official name, I'm just going to call this the StateWide GPM, just so it's a little easier to identify. It does look quite funny. It has a very big horn shape, as you can see, and the ballast actually resides on the top there. And again, it has this nice flood lamp that kind of throws a lot of light out. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a closer look at it and see what it has to offer. Now, first things first, let's go ahead and get a nice close zoom in on it. Now, it's going to be a little bit tricky to show because it's a very long fixture. But one thing you can see, unlike the Sylvania GPMs, this StateWide GPM is colored. It is anodized with a really nice turquoise color. And I really, really like that, especially since blue is kind of on my favorite list. But yeah, you can see on the top, it's also anodized as well. The top piece here and the bottom piece here are actually stamped pieces of aluminum, you can probably tell. And then this middle piece is all cast. So it's really nice and very high quality. If we go to the back here, we can see the slip fitter. Pretty standard. You can only really use it for 1.25 inch arm. You got a bolt here for adjustment. And if we go to the other side, there's another one. Now, they really don't do anything. They're just kind of there to help tighten down the fixture. But it is really nice. And if we go to the top here, you can actually see that it says StateWide. There, if we can get the focus. See, it says StateWide, Louisville, Kentucky. It's embossed really nicely on there. And then I'll go up here to the top. You can see the photo cell that I got in there. That is a photo cell that I've used in my past videos, and I have decided to assign it to this fixture. So I won't really go over that. Go ahead and set that down. But yeah, you can see your photo cell socket up there. It is actually attached on a bracket in there. So I'm going to go ahead and actually take the top off, but you can see to do that you actually got 2 screws here. These I don't believe are the original screws that would have been in here, because with this being older it would have had flathead screws. There we go. So I did have to put in some replacements, but yeah. But I'll go ahead and unscrew this top piece and I can at least show you what the ballast looks like. Alright, so I went ahead and took the screws out. I'll go ahead and set those over there. And then this is pretty simple. It's like a hat. Just comes off pretty nicely. So I'll go ahead and set that down there on my desk. And we can go up here and look at the ballast assembly. Now I actually haven't opened this in a while, so I'm starting to see some of the wiring I've had to fix in here. But yeah, I think if I remember correctly when I got this, it looked like a mouse might have gotten in here. So yeah, it's a little unfortunate. But yeah, here's the photocell socket. I believe you just loosen that flathead screw on the top there, and then you can actually like twist and turn it. What's really nice about the photocell socket though, with the bad wiring, as you can see, there are some screws under there that I could unscrew the wires and just redo them. Here's my terminal block. I don't know if there was anything in the middle at one point, but you can see the heads on those sheared off. But luckily I got the other two screws there to attach to. So yeah, pretty nice. And you got all this really cool just cloth wiring in there, which is of course nice until you get an animal in there that chews it up. And you can see, of course, overall the high reactance ballast that's in there. It's just a 175 watt high reactance ballast, nothing too special. And then kind of down here, if I zoom in a little bit, it's a little hard to see, but you can see the hole there where the wires are coming in from the slip fitter. So yeah, it's a pretty basic setup in here, really, not much going on. And again, like I said, to get the cap to stay on, it really just sits up there, and then those two screws hold it down. Those attach to those two little plastic squares on each side, which I do and I don't like that, just because over time plastics can crack and break down, so I do worry about them stretching out. And I think actually if we zoom in a little bit, oh, being funny as usual, but if you zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see the plastic is yellowing and maybe getting a little degraded, but they do screw in and stay on tight, so that is pretty nice. But yeah, that's kind of really the top. It all just sits just on a flat surface down there at the bottom. So yeah, let me go ahead and put that back on real quick, and we will move down towards the bottom. Alright, with that back on, now we can move down towards the bottom here, and we can look at this beautiful, big, and very unique flood lamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out real quick and kind of show you guys what it looks like. Now I'm gonna be very careful as I remove it here, because this lamp, ooh, it's a little hard to do this on camera. Look at that. Look at that beautiful lamp. We'll take a good look at that in a second here, but I'm gonna set that down very gently on my chair there, and we can look at this section. Again, just a stamped piece, and it's very simple. If we look up into here, you can see you got two screws on each side that hold it in. 1, 2. All you got to do is loosen those up, and you can actually twist and take off the horn section again. Now, one thing I want to mention real quick is that Sylvania actually did make a bucket light version of this fixture that utilizes the top section, I'm pretty sure. I'll pull up a picture if I can, but it uses both the top and bottom section, but instead of having this whole horn piece, it actually has a mount for a bucket refractor, which is pretty cool. So I will say it's kind of nice that they were able to retool this fixture for that purpose as well. But yeah, if I ever wanted to actually turn this into a bucket light, I guess it wouldn't be very hard to do that. Just all I would have to do is remove this part. Oh look, I got a little like leaf, tree seed leaf thing in there. I gotta clean that out, my bad. But yeah, other than that, you just got the socket that sticks out from the top housing. It's just kind of mounted up on that. Pretty simple, and it is very nice and high quality. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. One thing I think is cool about it is just that it takes up the entire screen, at least vertically. It's kind of hard to really record it unless you stand back. But yeah, I would say if this was recorded back then on a 4:3 video aspect ratio, it'd probably look a little better. But yeah, widescreen, it's kind of hard to record. But let's go ahead and take a look at that bulb real quick. So yeah, here's the lamp. Now when I got this fixture, it actually came with the original lamp. But I do have something to confess about that. Let's go take a look. Yeah. So funny story, when I moved into my new house, the original lamp that came with this got broken. So, yeah.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would...
But, anyway, yeah, so, unfortunately, my original lamp that came with it broke, but I will say there are no differences between the two. The reason why I actually have this one still is because I just learned that, because I saw this in the restaurant, I actually learned that this particular envelope is actually still being made. Oops, sorry. Let's not break that other one. That particular envelope is actually made for filament LEDs. So I'd like to try and see if I could possibly get a new globe blown for this one and at least somewhat restore this lamp. And if I can get the reflector detail, I'll probably throw it back in the StateWide. But yeah, I'm happy to say that there are no differences other than because this is actually the Sylvania version. The original version had no etch or writing on it, but this one does. Look at that beautiful reflection, by the way. Hello. But you can see right there, it says, I'll kind of get off to the side just so it's a little easier. It says Sylvania 175 H39. Now, as unfortunate as it is, I'm at least glad I got another one. A really nice person on Facebook was willing to trade a few extra things I had for this lamp because he actually had gotten some spares. So I'm very fortunate to have found another replacement. I will say if anyone gets any of these in their collections, I beg and ask you guys to be very careful with these because when this fixture was designed, they actually specially designed this lamp for it. This bulb was designed more as an aesthetic for this fixture anyway. So yeah, it's pretty unique. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to slowly throw it back in there. There we go. So yeah, this bulb is very rare and unique. So I ask if anyone has these, please be careful because I would hate to see another one end up like this. What happened, the reason why I broke it is because I had it in a box of stuff and I didn't see it and I actually threw something on top of it and heard it blow up. So yeah, just be very careful. Those bulbs are really rare. Now you can find other 175 watt flood lamps, but not in this shape. This one is shaped, again, I think for the aesthetic, because it has kind of like a nice globe look on the bottom. And if you really think about it, if you look closely, I mean, look at how much space is in there, right? Like, I have a 400 watt mercury flood that looks very similar to this one, and the tube actually fills up the entire inside of the globe. So yeah, it is definitely special to this particular fixture. So I asked again, just be careful, people. But yeah, pretty nice. I will certainly take care of this lamp. And the nice thing about this one, at least, is that it's a new old stock. So yeah, when we turn it on here in a little bit, it's going to be super bright. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and see this thing warm up. Alrighty, it is now nighttime, so let's go ahead and get the light shut off. There we go. It's nice and dark now. So this is my StateWide GPM in 175 watt mercury vapor in 1, 2, 3. Ooh, very neat. I will say you can actually kind of like see the rest of the fixture. Unlike some of my other lights when I record them, the bulb is usually kind of the centerpiece, so it washes everything out. But yeah, you can see it's starting to change color now. So let's go ahead and watch it warm up. Alrighty, I would say that is warmed up all the way and at full brightness. Yeah, even when it's at full brightness, you can actually see like the rest of the fixture. I think that's kind of neat. Let's go ahead and get a nice closer look at it. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a closer look at it. Of course, I can only get so close, but look at the highlight of the lamp here. Ooh. There's no refractor here, so the bulb kind of is the refractor. Yeah, really neat. Looks really good. And you can probably tell compared to the one I ran before it that it is a little bit brighter. But yeah, really nice. Anyway, let's go ahead and go up to the top here. Look at the lovely logo. There we go. Really cool. And again, the photocell. Really nice. And nice close-up of the lamp here. You can pretty much see the entire lamp construction on there now. It's really cool. You can see the little supports on the bottom here to help stabilize it, and then you can see the arc tube and the wires going on each side. And a couple other things there under the phosphor. Pretty nice. So yeah. And I like how, since the lamp is like really far at the bottom, it yeah, you kind of like see the whole light, so I really like that. It's pretty cool. One more thing real quick before we wrap up. Alright, one more thing I'd like to do before we wrap up is watch the lamp cool off. So let's go ahead and shut it down in 1, 2, 3. Ooh, look at the glow on that. Really, really nice. Alright everyone, so that was my StateWide GPM area lighting fixture. I had a really good time going over this with you guys, as simple as it was. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys know anything about these statewide GPMs that I don't know about, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Or of course, if you find any, feel free to share the location so people can go and try to save them. If you know where any of these are, I highly doubt it at this point, but yeah. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.